So there's several different modes that you can put this Groove Lounge into.
You are always going to be in each other's way. Always. It basically gives us unlimited power.
It's really made to go off-road and to last.
What's up? I'm Chad.
And I'm Paul.
And we're Chad and Paul on YouTube. And this is our 2022 Storyteller Overland Stealth Mode. Let's check it out. So this is our kitchen, the home of some successful but mostly failed meal attempts. So we have a nice refrigerator over here, which is an isotherm, which is a really high quality fridge. It stores everything that we need in it. Coming up here, we have our sink. So this van holds 21 gallons of fresh water, 24 gallons of gray water, so it's enough where we can really get, off grid for a long period of time. And then over here, this is our induction cooktop. So it's hiding right in here, so we can use it up here, or it's portable, so we can actually take it outside and cook outside and enjoy the nice scenery. All of these drawers are dovetail design, really nice, quality, soft close with push buttons, which is important. If you're living in a van full time, you're putting in wear and tear, you really want quality componentry. And up here, we have a microwave, which is small but mighty. It gets the job done. And all this runs off of a really big lithium battery system. So we have 12,000 watt hours of power, which is huge, which enables us to run the microwave or the AC or the induction cooktop all together and pretty much for however long we want to. And up here we have a portable Bluetooth speaker. So if you want to take it out to the beach, put your chairs outside, it actually puts out some really good sound. And down here we have a whole switchboard which controls the awning and awning lights. There's an auxiliary port that we can use on the roof so we can power whatever we want, and then cabin lights right here. And coming around, what's really nice is they put the cargo light switch over here so we can light up the garage when we want, and also the water pump and sink pump drain right here, so it's just really easy to access and use the kitchen.
So right now I'm in what we call the Groove Lounge, and this is where we spend most of our time in the van because this area is really adaptable based on what your needs are and what your desires are. So there's several different modes that you can put this Groove Lounge into. Right now it's kind of what they call Loveseat Mode. So two people can actually sit here and two other people can sit where I'm right now. It's kind of like if you just want to have a party in here, you can fit a lot of people just sitting right here. But if you're driving, you could actually also fit two people sitting here. And you do that by using these levers. So I click this lever, pop this up, and now there are seat belts here. These are DOT approved, so you can actually have two people sitting back here. Also, this also converts into a bed. So if I use these levers to make this whole thing flat, and then we have a pillow here. So now you can just kind of lounge out here. You can go the other way. You can pop up either side to kind of get a better look out the front if you have a nice view out there, or better look out the back. So it's really, really adaptable based on your needs and how you want to use the space here. This is actually where I sleep every single night. There's also a mount down there for a lagoon table that we don't have deployed right now, but that goes right there. And if you've ever lived in a van, then you know that space is really at a premium. You want to be able to stuff things wherever you can in a van. So we also got this, which is like a rear seat organizer. With the model that we have, this didn't come standard, so we bought this from Storyteller after we bought the van. But on their higher end model, this actually comes standard. It's just a rear seat organizer. You can stuff a whole lot of stuff in here, like I have water bottles, charging cables, and different things like that. That way we could, stay more organized living in the van. And then over here we have these awning style windows, which are really nice because they allow you to have them open even when it's raining out. The other cool thing about this space is that this is actually where our shower is hidden. So check this out. So if we pop up this side right here, down here, there's this basin that you can open up. And this is where we keep our 2.7 gallon Dometic cassette toilet that you can just take out and do whatever you want with. And there's a little drain in here, so you can stand in here and shower. Now you might be wondering, where's the shower? Well, it's actually right here. So this is what they call the Halo shower system. So all you have to do is pop this open, unscrew these, pop this out. There's a little Velcro for the curtain. Take this out. And so you can come in here, take a shower. There's on-demand hot water. The hot water system in here is really, really fast. It's high pressure. And then you can just shower. The water goes down into the gray tank. And then when you're done, you just pop on the fan. It will dry this off really, really quick, the material. And then you can roll this back up and just Velcro it back in. And just put it all away. And we really like this because, you know, how long do you really spend in the shower every day, especially when you're living in a van? So you don't want to take up a lot of space. So we don't want our shower to take up a lot of space. And this one doesn't. As soon as we're done with it, we tuck it away. And then we can use this space for other things like our toilet, or a step into the rear bed, or a bed.
There are a lot of reasons why we decided we wanted to live in a Storyteller, but one of the biggest reasons is the community. It's just an amazing, amazing community. Everyone in a Storyteller loves adventure. These aren't vans that are going to be sitting in driveways or in campgrounds. Everyone's getting out and exploring, and every month, you know, there's a new Storyteller event that, you know, someone in the community is putting on, whether it's fly fishing, mountain biking,
just meetups,
snowboarding, meetups. Yeah, every month you can do something and be a part of this amazing community.
It's just a lot of fun being part of the community. The other reason that we really love Storyteller and what really kind of drew us to it initially was just the quality of it. We were just kind of blown away the first time we stepped into one, just seeing how well designed everything is and how well built it is and how sturdy it is. It's a lot different than what we feel the RV industry is kind of headed, where it's just things seem like they're getting kind of cheaper and they don't really last as long. Where it seems like with Storyteller, it's really made to go off-road and to take a beating and to last.
The power system too was a huge reason why we chose a Storyteller. We work full-time on the road, so we need a power system that supports that, and this has one. So let's talk about power. And power for us was one of the major considerations when thinking about what van to live in, because we don't like campgrounds, we don't like to plug in, we want to be off-grid all the time. And that's what our Storyteller Overland gives us. So this has a power system that's run by Volta, and it basically gives us unlimited power because there's a huge second alternator in the front that enables us to charge up our huge lithium battery pack within 1 to 1.5 hours of driving. And then we have a really big inverter as well, so we can run the AC, the microwave, the induction cooktop, all at the same time without any issue. So we really don't have to think about power. And we've actually been able to get 2 full nights of AC use, full tilt, without having to drive to charge up the van. So the power system's pretty insane in a Storyteller. Here you can see we can monitor our state of charge, we can monitor our power flow over here, turn on and off the inverter, and then right next door to that is the control panel for the whole van. So this allows us to monitor our fresh and gray tanks, and the cool thing about this is it runs off of percentages. So we never have to worry about, oh, are we 2/3 full? Are we totally full in our gray tank? Here it actually gives us a specific percentage, which is really cool. And you can control the air conditioner, the heat here, which is off of a diesel furnace, which is really nice. So we don't have to mess with propane or anything like that. It pulls from the same fuel tank that the chassis does. And we can control the roof vent up here as well. And then over here, we can also look at our lighting control, so we can control and dim every single light in the van. And there's this really cool thing called chill mode. I like to think I bring the chill wherever I go. So I can just push chill mode and it'll automatically set it and dim it, so you don't have these bright lights that you often see in a lot of vans at night. So the reason why Storyteller Overland calls this a mode is because there are so many different modes you can set it up into. Everything's modular, everything flips down, and the rear of the van is no exception. So here I'm in the bedroom/garage. So there's this huge garage area that I'm standing on that has L-tracks all around, and it's pretty much a choose your own adventure kind of setup. You could put skis back here. A lot of people put bikes, you can put a ton of different storage options. So there's a lot of flexibility back here. And here is where I do a lot of my work. So Paul and I work full-time from the van, so we had to find a van that gave us multiple workstations so that we are not bumping elbows too much. So I work back here. So this is a stand-up desk. So I can actually lift up this cushion, put it up here, and I can use this as a desk. You can use it as a workbench, you know, fiddle around with different tools. If you're a wood crafter or something like that, you can do a lot back here. And then this folds out into a double Murphy bed. So all I have to do is bring this down, fold this pillow out, and you got a bed. And it's a decent sized bed. So they call this one a camper queen because it's just a little bit smaller than a queen size bed. So you can fit 2 people in this bed comfortably. I'm still trying to convince Paul to sleep in this bed with me. He prefers the Groove Lounge because I tend to starfish. I'm also a blanket hog. But yeah, we've got these sliding windows over here, which is nice to let in a good breeze. And it's really quite a comfortable bed. And if you come up here, you'll see there's some nice cabinets that are all fabric lined. So nothing is really rattling or shaking. And when you're driving a Storyteller, the only reason why it's gonna make noise is because of the crap that you put in it. So it's really a nice silent drive. And also these cabinets are removable. So if you wanna give yourself more space back here, you can remove all of these cabinets. They're on L-track and you can use that L-track to put up whatever gear or stuff you want.
So the chassis that the Storyteller is built on is a Mercedes chassis. It's a 144. And we absolutely love that because it's just very, very comfortable to drive. And it really allows us to get off-road. We're able to really make this thing off-road ready. It has 4-wheel drive built in. And there's a lot of other features we like. So the seats right here, really comfortable for sitting in. We've done really long drives in it, really nice. Recently, they added some new things we like these cushions over here on the left for your elbow when you're driving, just little things like that. These seats swivel around, which is nice. Again, that kind of allows the cab to open up more, allowing the space to feel more livable when you're parked somewhere. And there's other things like 360 cameras will help you with parking. Also things like heated seats, powered seats, all these little luxuries that, you know, once you have them, you just can't live without them. Storyteller also added some cool stuff. So there's a red button right here. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, if you've been in a van where you go to start driving away, you get buckled in, you start up your van and you look back and you realize all the lights inside are still on. Now you got to unbuckle and go back there. But now you just press this red button, it turns off every light in the van, so that you don't have to climb back out and turn them all off yourself. Adaptive cruise control, LED headlights. You know, we just love driving this thing around. It's just great for driving on the highway and off-road. Storyteller also includes these window covers that you can use to cover up every single window in the van. One side's reflective, so if you want to block out the sun on a hot day, you could do that. The other side's like more of a blackout, so you can use that if you're trying to stealth boondock park somewhere. But nice they include those as well.
If you want to live in a van with your partner or spouse or significant other, I think you have to realize you're both on the same team. You are always going to be in each other's way, always. Every day when you want to use the sink, the bathroom, the shower, you want to get out, you want to sit and do work, there's always going to be an issue. So you have to realize the other person isn't in your way. They're not intentionally making life difficult. You're on the same team, so you kind of have to flow and have that perspective in mind.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more.
Normally, I'm the one in the way, if you couldn't tell.
The other thing I would say about that is find time for yourself, okay? Get away from your partner, you know, go out for a walk by yourself. If you have a dog, you know, go for a walk by yourself.
Noise canceling headphones if you need them.
Noise canceling headphones are awesome.
Yeah.
You know, these little moments to yourself just make a big difference.
All right, so let's talk about the outside of the van now. So this van is a Sprinter 144 chassis, so it's 19 feet, which is kind of insane when you think about how much they're able to fit inside of this van. So there are 2 beds, and I think the record now is maybe 23 people we've been able to get inside a Storyteller, chilling out, having fun. So it's really cool how they did that. But having a 19-foot van was really important to us because we want to be able to fit in standard parking spaces and fit in tight trailheads, and this van gets the job done. So coming over here, we have a fold-out table that's made from honeycomb aluminum. It's very lightweight but sturdy, and it actually sticks up with a magnet, which is pretty freaking cool. So you can plug in your induction cooktop out here, so you can cook breakfast out here if you want. And then we have a bug screen that works just great. And coming up, we have a nice awning that we can put in and out as well. So every model Storyteller comes with different options. The Beast mode is like the one with all the crazy gear, all the bells and whistles. We have the Stealth mode, which came with an Invader rear storage system in the back, but we actually opted to swap that out for Alvan's gear. And what we have is the Expedition box here, and then a gear cage up here and a mini Sherpa. So we can, store lots of gear here, which is really important in a 19-foot van. Storage is at a premium. You need to take advantage of storage wherever you can find it. So this thing helps out a lot. And over here we have the Alvan's rear tire carrier. We wanted to put our spare tire in the rear because we like to do off-roading. And when you're off-road, you don't want to get under a van if you're stuck, especially if the conditions are bad. And having a tire on the rear just makes it so much easier. And I'll be honest, it looks pretty badass too. Coming inside the back, we have an outdoor shower compartment right here. So this is our outdoor shower with hot and cold. And then here we have a really nice water control panel. So this we can put a siphon into and siphon water directly into the fresh tank, which really comes in handy if you don't have, a nice, easy to access faucet or spigot for a water source. I can actually go into a grocery store, fill up our jerry cans with water and siphon it right into the fresh tank from here, which is really cool. And then it also makes it easy to winterize or clean out or sanitize your fresh water system as well. And here we have different options. So if you want to hook up to city water, if you had a campground, you can do that, or just use the freshwater tank. Again, we hate campgrounds. We don't like to stay in them. We like to boondock, so we rarely use that feature. And then down here, there's a nice vent for heat, which comes in handy when you're sleeping. So there are 2 heat ducts, so it keeps the van nice and toasty. And the whole van is insulated with Havelock wool, every single nook and cranny. So it makes it really quiet in there, but also makes it really comfortable from a climate perspective. Coming around the side, you can see our flare space flares, which enable us to sleep sideways inside the van. Over here is a smart plug, which is a 30 amp hookup if you want that. Over here is something really cool. So this is actually a 27 amp output. So if you're with someone that has a van that maybe doesn't have the electrical system that you have in your Storyteller, you can share your power with them. If you're a musician, you want to do an outdoor concert and hook some amps up into here, you can do that. If you're in a storm and all the power in your house goes out, you can run your appliances off here. So this is a really neat feature that comes with the Stealth mode and the Beast mode in the Storyteller. And with the Stealth, you get a really cool graphics package. You've got the blacked out emblem and the blacked out wheels, and it just makes it look really cool and stealthy.
All right, so welcome to the second story of our van. This is the roof deck. So we have a front runner roof rack here. Very sturdy up here on the van. You can kind of jump around and see, totally secure up here. So this is a place that we like to chill out, watch the sunset if we're by the beach. You'll notice there's some stuff up here, like there's a little bit of solar up here, but we don't even really consider that much because really most of your power you're going to get just by driving it down the highway in an hour and a half. You're going to charge it up that way. So not much you're really going to get from the solar, but it is there. And we actually have some really cool stuff planned for up here. We're going to go to our friends over at Canyon Adventure Vans in Chatsworth, California, and they're going to add a whole roof deck lounge system up here with an umbrella. It's going to be really cool, so we can chill out here, have some drinks, drink our coffee. We're really excited for that. So if you guys want to follow us on YouTube and see what that looks like, feel free to do that.
We've been living in a van full-time for 2 years, and what no one tells you is it's not always the Instagrammable van life. You know, you're not always looking out on the beach and just chilling out. Honestly, it's mostly just parking lots and doing the same things you do in a house. And after a while, it got really hard. I feel like especially on a relationship, like having two people in such a small space, you know, rubbing elbows, it got difficult. So recently we decided it was time to change things up a little bit and buy a piece of property.
Van life was still something that was very important to us. So we knew we wanted a place where van life kind of thrives and where it's very accessible. So Colorado really fit that bill. From there, where we are, you can go so many places, so many national parks. It's such a beautiful area to explore. So it's a really great place if you love van life but don't want to do it full time. That allows us to do it. Our kind of plan right now, because we just bought this place, is we're gonna do about half and half, like half the year in the house, half the year on the road, kind of split it up. And you know, we're not gonna put pressure on ourselves to do either one. We want to do what feels right to us in the moment. And right now we're in the van and we're loving it, but you know, we're gonna go back home eventually, and that's gonna feel nice too.
In the van life community, I feel like there's a lot of judgment if you have a place or a house, you know, and you're not living the, you know, a total, you know, dirtbag van life, you know, style. But I think you have to do what's important for you and your mental health, and especially in vans when there's just such a facade on Instagram of everything's amazing, and if you're having a tough time in a van, then it's all on you. So I think it's important to understand what you need and really how you want to live your life. And that's what this one life we get, you know, this one opportunity for adventure is all about.
So thanks for checking out our Storyteller Overland mode. And if you guys want to follow along on our journey and see some questionable van life content, then go ahead and follow Chad and Paul on YouTube and on Instagram.
And if you want to learn more about some of the upgrades that we've done and the people that we worked with, make sure to check out Owl Vans, Canyon Adventure Vans, and of course Storyteller if you want to learn more about the van itself. And we'll see you down the road.